Welcome to Momma Knows Best.
Motherhood Unfiltered.
I'm Abby,
And I'm Angel.
and this is our podcast that's going to cover all things motherhood, truly unfiltered.
Yeah, here's episode 1, our intro.
Okay, so obviously we covered my name's Abby. I'm 21 and I have a 1-year-old daughter.
My name's Angel. We're sister-in-laws, married to twins.
Yes.
And then I almost had a 1-year-old. I did not have a 1-year-old.
Like fast.
No, literally. I have a 2-month-old daughter.
We're gonna get better at this eventually. Eventually it's gonna come. Honestly, I would describe my journey into motherhood like a whirlwind, if that makes sense. Like, motherhood honestly takes you by surprise, but it's the best kind of surprise.
For real. For real. It's like nothing you do will completely prepare you for it. Like, when
Exactly.
people say that like you're never prepared for parenthood, it's true. Like, it's like so true.
1000% true.
It's like even though you have 9 months to mentally prepare, you'll never get there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's like takes away anything from it. It
Yeah.
just means that like you gotta roll with the punches.
It's honestly a journey itself.
Literally. Okay, Abby, why did we want to start our podcast?
Honestly, we want this podcast to be a sense of community for other mothers who may be going through the trenches of motherhood. It's an outlet for all moms. It's an outlet for us, and it helps us get through motherhood. It helps us share our journey, and hopefully we can create a cool little community out of this. I don't know.
If we could just reach one mom, like either struggling or a mom that's pregnant or one in postpartum, like any of them, like I think that that's our main goal.
Yeah.
And half the time we were just with each other talking and unloading everything. So it was like, why not share that with everyone else?
Like, why not give that advice? Well, advice. I don't know. We want to help a mom.
Right. Any mom.
Yeah.
And not even a mom. Want someone that's becoming a mom or like, I don't know.
There's all different stages of motherhood.
Yeah, we talked about this. I was pregnant and it was coming up on Avery's first birthday, and it's like life. We were gonna start right then and there, but life took a toll. So here we are, like 6 months later.
But that's okay. What would you say your expectations were for motherhood and how they actually varied?
One of the big expectations I have for motherhood is everyone tells you it's always the just wait, and like that never goes away. That never goes away pregnant, that never goes away like being a mom, like it's just wait until this, just wait until that. And so I feel like the biggest one was just wait till you don't get any sleep. And even pregnant, like I just didn't get sleep. Like it was like so uncomfortable, especially when you're big in that 3rd trimester. Like it's hard to get comfy. But I think I was like thinking I'm gonna be surviving on caffeine and energy drinks and up 24/7. But it really hasn't been that bad.
Yeah.
Like right now we got her where she sleeps like a good 5 to 6 hour stretch, and then another 3-hour stretch at night. And after that it's every 2 hours. And normally during the day it's every 2 hours, but I'm like, if you sleep when she sleeps, it's not bad. And people will say that, and you still know, like, laundry needs to be done, dishes need to be clean.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much that needs to be done, but it's like, just gotta give yourself grace, and
Slow down a bit.
Yes, you cannot tend to everything if you're not tending to yourself first.
Exactly.
So I'm like, if you're sleep deprived, that's not helping anyone, especially yourself. So just sleep when she sleeps, and once you'll get to where you're like, she falls asleep, and you're just looking at her and you're like, oh, I could so go for a nap. And it's like, but I'm awake, so I can do this.
Yeah.
But it's like, if my eyes are closing while she's asleep, I'm laying her down and I'm taking a nap too.
What about the mental load of motherhood? I know that, like, people warn you about how much the mental load's going to be, but I don't feel like you fully grasp it until you're a mom.
Yeah.
I feel like the to-do list as a mom is truly never ending. Like, it's true, mothers they're always
They
going.
make the world go round.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like pregnant, I had a list, and I have so many lists in my notes that are like unfinished, or like there's like random. Like I'll have like 6 different notes, and there's like one's in groceries, one's my to-do list, one's other things that people I need to call and schedule, like adding her to my insurance and calling her doctor, getting like there's just so many notes, and like the mental load is like always go. Like I have a running to-do list, and it's again like we talked about this earlier, where it's like, do you ever forget to pee?
Honestly, yes.
It's like,
yes.
It's like, do you forget to pee? Well, then it's like, well, how do people forget to pee? Because I'm heading to the bathroom, and then I see the laundry basket next to them that needs to be taken to the room, so I'm going to do that. And then Iz needs something, like she needs like a bottle water to be put down, or she's crying, so I'm going to go pick her up, and then I drop her feet, so then I gotta go rinse her feet. And it's like, next thing you know, 4 hours go by, and like, I still need to pee.
And no wonder women get so many UTIs, because we're constantly just go, go, go.
Literally.
And then it's 5 o'clock and we're like, oh, I haven't peed since 9 a.m. this morning. And it's like you literally just forget, because you're doing so many other things that gets put in the back of your mind and just forgot about.
There's so much I get. Like whenever you find they're fighting their sleep, they're fighting their sleep, and then they finally fall asleep on you, and you're thinking, if I move, she's gonna wake up. So you're standing like a statue, arms are aching, and your bladder is full, but you're waiting. Like, next thing you know, 2 hours go by, and it's like, okay, sis, like I gotta put you down. And you put it down, she wakes up, and you're like, oh.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Yes, I was like, I feel like mental load pregnancy, it's like people call it like pregnancy brain. That never went away. Never went away. Now it's just like, it's mom brain. Like,
yeah, mom brain is a real thing.
I was like, I always heard like placenta brain or pregnancy brain, but never mom brain.
Yeah.
And that is so real.
That hit me like a truck.
Okay, what do you think about like career-wise? Just your expectations on your career and how that's changed being a mom.
So personally, I always wanted to become a PA, and I kind of knew healthcare was for me. But becoming a mom has shifted my perspective on that. Right now, I'm really just enjoying my season of motherhood and getting to be a stay-at-home mom with my daughter while still going to school. So I'm making progress in my career, but I'm also putting my career on the back burner until my daughter gets older, which I'm perfectly happy with that. I love getting to watch her grow and get to spend every single day with her. So.
You really just have to enjoy the season of life.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm like, and it's so hard, like thinking, I'm like, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that, and it's like now that she's here, I'm like, I just want to enjoy these tiny little hands for a little longer.
Yeah.
Like that,
because they're not little forever.
Yeah. I'm like her little giggles, her little smiles. I'm like, I just want to savor this moment for as long as I can. And next thing you know, a year goes by and I'm not even there yet. I'm like, I saw a TikTok that literally said, this has nothing to do with this, but I saw a TikTok and it's like, last March, what did it say? It's like last March, I didn't even know about you, and this March, I couldn't imagine my life without you. Oh, the tears. The tears. I was like, it still makes me want to cry. I'm like, I found out about you last April.
Here you are.
No, literally. I was like, now you're like a whole human being.
It's so crazy how time goes by so fast.
I know. Okay, expectations on relationships. This is big.
This is big. This could honestly be a topic in itself, because you don't realize how much your relationships are going to change after you become a mom.
Yes.
With friends, they're just in a different season of life than you are. Like, I don't know, you grow closer to people and you grow away from people. That's just...
Yeah. It's not just friendships. It's every relationship you have. Like, and like your relationship with your partner or your spouse. Like, I personally,
alters.
Yes, like we just got so close. Like that newborn bubble. Oh, it's just heavenly, and it still is. Like you love your partner just deeply, more than like you knew you could. Really, I was like, at least. Sorry, we're gonna have to cut my stuttering so bad. But like even in my relationship, like with my mom, like being pregnant, I'm like the struggles, like thinking of like her pregnancies and being with like carrying 2 kids, like that heavy.
It makes you appreciate your mom more, seeing like what she went through, and truly like you can feel like you're in her shoes for a sense. Like you can just, it's a deeper connection, realizing how she raised you and what she went through.
Yeah, well, not just that, but like I still rely heavy on my mom.
I rely on my mom a lot too, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm over here I'm like, what's wrong with her? Like, especially, oh my gosh, when Isabel was going through her gassy phase, I literally was like, she's fed, she's changed, like, I don't know what's wrong. And I'm like, I had you 2 days ago, like, what's the matter? And my mom's like, have you tried burping her. I was like, she won't burp. And my mom picks her up and the next thing I was like, burp? And I was like, are you kidding me?
Sometimes it just takes the grandma's touch.
No, it really does. And especially those first few weeks, like I relied heavily on my mom. Like the Saturday mornings when Nathan was at work and I was like sitting there and she woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning and I just want to cry because I'm so tired. And then I'm like, Mom, can you just take care of it? And she just swoops in and takes care of it. And I'm like, I get a good nap and then I wake up with a mom's guilt. That's a whole different situation. That's a whole other topic. Yeah. But I feel like every single relationship, like your friendships, like change so much. I feel like that's a whole episode in its own that we're definitely gonna have to cover.
Yeah. It's just relationships are gonna vary throughout motherhood. It's some grow, some change, but it's life.
And I'm like, we're gonna have to do one episode about relationships and another about the loneliness because I did not understand that. Like I thought pregnant wise, like I was lonely. Like there was times that I woke up in the middle of the night, extreme anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't shake it, like to the point where I'm like shaking. And I feel bad because I know that she's feeling every emotion I have. And then like Nathan's asleep next to me. I'm just sitting there crying because I'm like, I'm doing
It's so lonely in that time.
Yeah, and it's nothing against my husband or anyone's like your partner. It's like, but you are the one that has to go through it. Your body changes, your mental changes, like your entire like identity changes.
It really does.
Like you really can't shake that loneliness because it's like no matter how much they help, you can appreciate it and you do. Like you do.
You love it.
You love all the help that they can give, but at the end of the day, it's you yourself going through it.
Yeah.
Like it's your body, it's everything on you, and so there is a sense of loneliness that like I don't know, it hit me like a truck. I was not expecting that.
It did me too. It really did me too, and especially like late night feeds. And I personally went through like postpartum anxiety and I'd say a little bit of postpartum depression. And just during that time, it was so lonely. I had never felt lonely in my life, and I could be surrounded by thousands of people, but things were constantly going through my mind, and I just, through that time, I felt so alone.
Yeah. Well, it's like you have a village, and you're surrounded by this village, and everyone's like throwing at you like, oh, if you need help, just let me know. If you need this, let me know. And it's like, it's nice, and yes, I could do it, but I'm gonna have to figure this out at the end of the day by myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna like when everyone's in their own life, like everyone's gone doing what they're. My husband's at work, my mom's at work, like everyone's doing this. And like at the end of the day, it's gonna be me and my baby, and I have to figure out. Like I can only rely on everyone so much, and that's also like I feel guilty when I do ask for help.
Yeah.
And so it's nice, and that's another thing. Like whenever we go to the grocery store, it's nice because like your mental load is just running. So it's like you're finding a parking spot, and then you're like, okay, I gotta get the dog back. Let me get the stroller. I'll get her out. I need to change her, and that's if she has a wet tail or
and
whatever.
then if it's time to feed her.
Yes, it's like you literally have a whole game plan as you're coming into the stop sign. And then it's just nice whenever you have another mom with you. It really
takes off the load.
Because like I put the car in park, I put it in the baby mirror, and I look, and Abby already has the diaper bag out. I was like, yes. It's like you're pulling out the stroller, and I'm like, come here, Avery. I was like, I'll carry you, sis.
People probably think we're a couple.
No, it's like they're adopted.
No, we joke about that quite often. We're just sister-in-laws. So tell me about all the hard parts of motherhood that people don't talk about enough. I know we just kind of talked about the loneliness, but there's so many other things that are hard for moms.
The list goes on. Like there's mom guilt, there's loss of independence, there's burnout. Burnout's a real thing.
It really is.
I'm like, just because I haven't got there doesn't mean it's not real. And I'm like, yes, it's lonely, and like there's a list of hard things, but there's also a list of these things that make it so worth it.
Yeah, that makes it amazing.
Literally, at the end of the day, it's like when Isabel wakes up in the morning and I know she's awake. Like her wake window is up because like sometimes I'll feed her and then she'll like start to close her eyes. I'm like, okay, she's going back to sleep. So I'm like, sometimes we're up at 7 and sometimes we're up at 10, and I can't help that because it depends the day. But it's literally the fact that she'll wake up and she looks at me and she just is happy. Like this smile where it's like, hi mom, like good morning.
Like she loves seeing you in the morning.
No, literally, it's like they look at you like you're their entire world, and it's just like
That's the best feeling.
Yes, especially after a long night. It's like I can do this again.
Yeah,
it's like I will do this again. But
honestly, I think that keeps a lot of moms running is seeing that little smile in the morning,
and
being that comfort for their baby.
I know. I'm like, and Iz can't even like reach up for me yet, but seeing Avery do it, like even when Avery comes up to me, she's like, I was like, come here, sister. I was like, Avery loves you.
It's so hard not to just give all the babies the lovins.
I was like, I know that we're gonna cover a lot of hard parts in our podcast, but I think we're gonna cover just as much amazing things.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you love it and you love your kids, but it's okay to feel the mom guilt, the burnout, the loss of independence, the loss of self. Like, you're like, man, I could wash my face, I haven't brushed my teeth today, my hair's a mess.
Yeah.
But then you got this little kid that's just like loving on you, and like you're just like, eating up all the snuggles, and I wouldn't change it.
I wouldn't change it either. And I think the important thing to say too is like the loneliness, the mom guilt, the burnout, and the loss of independence is all normal, and each mom is going to feel it at some point, and I don't think it's something to be looked down on.
Right. And so I'm like, I'm glad you talked about postpartum anxiety, because I feel like everyone heavies on postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but what about the anxiety? Because it's so real.
Or the rage. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
No one warned me about postpartum rage.
I was like, I've never actually seen Abby mad. And I'm like, for as long as we've known each other, never saw her mad. But when I just remember we were playing dominoes one night, had a game night, and it was like, I think Amber was like 2-3 months, and you're sitting there trying to feed her, you have the breastfeeding cover, you're like really trying, and then I don't know what Nick said or did, but your eyes like almost shook. Like, I was like, oh, there was steam coming out of her ears. And I was like, no, I like the side of Abby.
It's a real thing, guys. It's a real thing.
I'm like, I'm excited to cover the hard parts, but like also the good parts behind it.
Yes.
Okay, how has your confidence and sense of self changed since becoming mom?
Honestly, it's changed a lot, because like going into being a mom, you feel like I'm gonna know my baby perfectly, I'm gonna know exactly what to do, and then the first night hits you, and it's like you wouldn't have expected this.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole different feeling,
Right.
and as a mom, you're never gonna know anything. Like, you know your kid well, but
Like, as soon as you figure it out, and then
something
changes.
Yes, like it hits you like a truck, because you'll know something and then it changes, like their sleep schedule, and then they'll flip on you the next day. So, like, you are confident in your kid. Personally, like, I'm confident in my kid.
Yeah.
But they're constantly changing, they're growing, and you just have to adapt with them.
Right? Yeah. No. I was a little bit on the flip side. I really struggled. Like, I was always asking Nathan, I was like, do you think I'm gonna be a good mom? Do you think she's gonna know me? Like, yeah, she's listened to my organs and my heartbeat for 9 months, but like, is she gonna look at me and be like, that's my mom? Is that what she looks like? And that seems so silly, but I genuinely was like, what if I don't know? What if she's crying and I don't know what she's crying for? And in the beginning, you don't.
Yeah,
You don't. Like, it's very simple. They're either hungry, they need their diaper changed, or they're tired. Like, there's the bare necessities. But then, like, week 2 came, and next thing I know, she couldn't poop and she couldn't burp. Like, she just had gas stuck in her. And so I'm sitting there, and like, it's like I would feed her and she couldn't burp, and so she's crying like in pain, and you feel horrible. So I'm sitting there trying to work the gas out. I'm doing bicycles, and you know, her body's learning how to do these things. But then 2 hours go by of her crying, and she's hungry again. So we start at ground one.
That explains motherhood right there.
Literally.
You're constantly changing and adapting yourself, but your baby is also growing like 1,000 miles per minute, and you are just trying to work it out together.
Right. And I feel like everyone that asks within those first 2 weeks, we're like, how are you doing? I'm like, great, we got this down. We figured this out. And then the gas hit, and I was like, nobody call. Nobody hit my line.
Give me a second.
I was like, how many unopened text messages?
Oh gosh, I was awful about that.
I still feel bad when I message people back, and it's like 4 in the morning, and I was like,
this is my window.
No, literally, I'm like, she's eating, and I'm just not seeing your message. To be honest, like, I'm just not clicking it and reading the whole paragraph. I read the 2 sentences, and this is not an emergency.
It just has to be like that.
It really does. It's like, here's my priorities, and then like, I love you, but you're down here right now. I was like, she's crying, screaming, laundry's still, I'm like, it's going off, like.
I'll get back to you when I can. And I feel like most people are kind of understanding with that though. Like, especially if you're a mom yourself, you know the to-do list and what's going on. You know that they're probably busy and they don't mean anything by it.
Right. So. Now I feel that, because like this morning I felt so bad because I text Abby. It's like, okay, we're awake, we're heading there. And it's like 2 hours later, and I'm just putting her in her car seat. I was like, I'll text her and be like, okay, we're running late. And then you're like, it's okay. I was like, okay, if anyone understands, I know it's Abby.
Yeah.
Like, I know she understands that like things happen and things are going to happen. Like, you're gonna run late.
It's hard to run on a schedule with a kid.
No, literally, there's times where I'm like, I can wake up and plan, and we'll be out of the door in 30 minutes. And there's other times I'll plan the same exact way, and we're out of the door in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and you just can't do anything about it.
Yeah. It's like I put you in a car seat and you had a blowout, and so then I had to change you, and I change your outfit, and then the next thing I know, it's all over me. So I'm gonna change my top line.
And then by that time, she's already hungry.
No, literally. What kind of mom did you think you were going to be versus the mom you are?
Oh gosh, this is a loaded question. So I feel like going into motherhood, everyone always has these expectations, and after you have the kid, reality hits you. Like, I said no screens, absolutely no screens. And like, I still stand by like no tablets. That's just my personal preference. But I allow screen time now.
Yeah.
I do. She loves Cinderella. Cinderella's her favorite movie. So I thought I was going to be like that. I also thought that I was going to home make all her food, steam her baby food. I bought a baby food steamer. At the end of the day, I made homemade baby food, maybe for, give myself some grace, 2 months, and then went on to the pre-made stuff just because that is what worked better for us.
Yeah.
Same with like snacks. I said I was going to make her snacks. No cookies, no this. And here we are. She'll have a cookie in this hand, a cookie in this hand, and she's just happy as can be.
She's shoving the other one in the crack of the couch.
she hides her cookies.
She hides it, and then she's feeding the other one to Georgia, and she's looking at you like, 2 more please for me.
Oh gosh.
I think social media really sugarcoats us.
Sure, yeah.
It really sugarcoats
does.
it, because pregnant, I was like, oh, I need these clear cases. Like, it's like a 6-pack of clear zipper cases, and it's like an organizing set. I was like, I need these. These are gonna make sure my diaper bag stays in order. If I was to open our diaper bag right now, you would see the breastfeeding covers thrown out. There's a pair of socks. There's a bib. And there's like, there's just so much. And yes, I still use those, but I'm like, those are not my priorities. That's a change of clothes, an empty one for a pair of dirty clothes, and I'm like, that's just
how it turned out. Yeah.
I mean, it's still nice if we do use them, but it's just, I think the aesthetic, and some people are type A. Some people are so type A that it's like, bam, 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 but could it be me?
Can I be a mix in between the two, honestly?
Yeah.
There's some things I am so organized on. Like, I have our schedule written on the calendar and stuff. But like, if you were to go in Ambry's room right now, her books are everywhere. Her closet is not the most organized thing. And like,
and honestly, but honestly, like, you want your home to be a home. You don't want it to be a house.
It to be lived in.
It's literally lived in. And it's like, yes, I'm going to do the night shift. I'm gonna clean this. I'm gonna cook it up. Like, I'm gonna start the dishwasher. I'm gonna get all this stuff ready for the morning. So in the morning, I feel like I have my life put together. But at the end of the day, they're gonna get their books out. I'm like, she's gonna have 3 onesies on the side of her bassinet. Like, there's gonna be dirty diapers. Like, it's okay. At bottom line, it's okay to be a mom, and it's okay to be a messy mom.
Yeah.
I'm like, just.
I know, I feel like social media doesn't show that a lot sometimes, because it's more so the perfect picture of the house and everything's organized, everything's clean, and sometimes that's just not the reality.
Yeah. And there's days that it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, but I just, personally, I don't think it's a 24/7 thing. I've yet to see an experience. I'm like, between my sister, my mom, like, there's never been a home that I've walked into with kids where I'm like, everything's in place, in order, and if there is, they hired help. I'm like, whoa, who's your cleaning crew and how much
I need them too.
I think that social media really made me think that I could be type A and have everything in order, and my baby was gonna be this, this, and this, and this, and like, we were gonna have everything set in stone, and it's just not, and that's okay.
Yeah, it kind of gives you, I don't want to say unrealistic expectations, because it is realistic for someone, but it's not realistic for everyone.
Yeah. And like, I feel like it's very rare rather than it is common.
Yeah. So. I feel like people compare themselves a lot on that too. And I know it's hard not to compare yourself on that when you're seeing other moms and how they parent and stuff.
Right.
So what can listeners expect from us in the future for this podcast?
I definitely want to bring guests on. Like, I'm excited to bring guests on. I was like, I feel like we have so many people in both of our lives. We have so many different experiences, especially in parenthood.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for the guest interviews.
And honestly, every parenthood journey is different. Mm-hmm. So it would be nice to get to talk to other moms and hear their experiences, birth, how they, all of
everything.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And I feel like there's no wrong way to parent necessarily. As long as your kid is happy and healthy and you're not abusing them, like, there's no wrong way to go about it.
Exactly.
I'm excited for our guest interviews, for sure.
I am too.
I'm really excited to have, like, our mother-in-law had twins.
Yes.
I'm like, my mom had 2 natural births.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to have that. Plans change.
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, my mom had 5 kids, and my birth is a whole story itself. But then she's also had C-sections. So
Yeah.
every birth is different. Every birth you have yourself is different.
Right.
And it's just an experience that can be shared to everyone, honestly.
Yeah, I think motherhood. That's what's great about doing our podcast. There's so many topics to cover. Like we're gonna cover co-sleeping because that is a big
controversy. Vaccines.
Oh my gosh.
Vaccines is another big controversy.
And you wouldn't believe how many people ask like, oh, what vaccines are you getting? Why is that any of your business?
Why does it matter?
But we're not gonna talk about it. Okay,
Yes.
we'll cover it. What else? Self-care.
Self-care as a mom is a big one.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a whole episode over mom guilt because mom guilt is honestly not talked about enough.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can hear the dog. We're unfiltered around here, okay?
Literally. I'm like, just because you don't hear pitter-pattering feet and a crying baby in this one does not mean they will be in the next one. Okay, we'll edit our best, but there's only so much we can do.
We're working with what we got around here, okay?
I'm excited to talk about screen time and discipline.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about being the default parent because it's
not talked about
subconscious
stuff.
It really isn't. It really isn't. There's nothing wrong with it, but like sometimes it gets
a
hard.
lot.
Yeah, it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
But like talking about screen time and discipline, like I think that we have a set in stone on everything, but it
can always change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we're trying to make dinner, Nathan's cooking, and then I'm over here like cleaning up the room, taking out the diaper pail, like all these things. And I turn around, I'm like, she's in her swing, and Magic School Bus is on the TV. And you know what?
Sometimes that's the only thing that can help.
Right.
I'm taking this as our sign of that we probably need to finish up the podcast for the day. But yeah, we have a lot that we want to cover with you guys, a lot that we want to talk about. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. And even if we can just like help out one mom, that would mean the world to us.
Right.
And to all the moms out there, just know you are not alone. And motherhood's a journey in itself, and it can be hard. But
I think my biggest piece of advice is give yourself grace. At the end of the day, you cannot think about that enough on give yourself grace.
Yeah.
You're gonna get caught up in things. You're gonna be rushing to get things done, and at the end of the day, it's like you just gotta give yourself grace that it's okay, and it's going to be okay. You're gonna figure it out.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that next week we're gonna talk about mom guilt, which is big.
That's going to be a big topic. So tune in next week to hear episode 2 covering mom guilt.
That's good. That's good. What did you put? You're
Down.
a
But okay. Take 5.
for real. Watch they're gonna come in the middle of it and some
Yeah. It's gonna be like okay.
Okay, I think we're just gonna have to
Just hit. I'm Abby.
I'm Angel.
And this is Momma Knows Best Motherhood Unfiltered.
It feels so awkward.
It does. When we're talking, which that's a whole episode in itself.
I'm gonna check them out.
Are you serious? We're literally on the last thing.
We're almost done. Okay. See, that's another thing we're gonna have to talk about.
Partners.
But then
God.
can you Amber